Just notice how you feel right now. What I notice after I've done some conscious stretching like that is that simultaneously I feel more awake and alert. I can feel a little more life vitality, life energy moving differently in my body, but I'm also a little calmer. So that's such a lovely combination, isn't it? And without really wanting to cling to that or chase after it, when we are in meditation and we notice that unity, that coming together of body, heart, and mind, there's a sort of rightness, there's a sort of goodness to that. Even if it's only a fleeting few moments, there's a sense of arrival, connection, ease, and it's not something we're doing or manufacturing or making happen. So that's one of the things that we're interested in when we meditate, is this natural state that arises within us of being both alert and calm. And that doesn't mean that there might not be strong emotion there, or there might be strong physical sensation happening. But the core of our experience, the way we're able to relate to what's happening, is coming from this place of relative calm and liveliness, connection, and unity. So that may not be at all what you're experiencing right now. And again, it's not a goal. One last sip of coffee before we settle in. And you may have heard my beautiful cat, Tiger Lily, wishing us a good morning. Letting the sound of the bell be an invitation to inquire within. Let the eyes gently close, or if you're particularly sleepy this morning, it's fine to just have eyes open, kind of a soft downward gaze. More interested in the inner view than the outer view. And perhaps beginning with the recognition that there is a body. This body that we've just been moving. Perhaps tuning back into that spine again. And although we're not moving it in its various ways, there is movement. So bringing some attention to what's moving in this body as you sit. Perhaps aware of temperature, pressure. Maybe you can feel air moving against the skin. You may be able to feel your heart beating, or some kind of pulsing or tingling somewhere in the body. A sense of dryness or moisture. many details in this ocean of sensation that we call the body. And just knowing it as it is. And you might notice the attitude in the mind as well. Probably lots of movement there. I think most people experience quite a lot of mental activity first thing in the morning or in the early hours of waking. The mind, it's almost like the mind is raring to go as soon as we open our eyes, and it's got a lot to say. So if your mind is agitated or restless or just very active, knowing that. If the mental quality or the state of mind is very sleepy, unfocused, foggy, knowing that. Maybe the state of things is very calm and clear, open, ready, steady, and knowing that. Beginning to appreciate the body and the mind's capacity to settle. And then checking in with the heart as well to see if there's a mood state, a set of emotions, something predominating on the heart level. Could be heavy emotion, could be light, there could be anticipation and joy, there could be dread, worry, anger, sadness, contentment. So many possibilities, so many different feelings that might be all present at the same time. Not often just one emotion shows up. And so then what we're interested in as we know the physical sensations, the mental activity, and the movements of the heart, as we sit and know these objects, these phenomena, what we're interested in is how am I relating to all this? Notice if you're trying to get away from something or get more of something or push something away. Or are you sustaining a curious interest? You know, bringing care to your experience of being a human. Can we just accept and become interested in what's happening right now without needing it to be different than it is? Can it just be a relief Just set it all down, set it all aside, and simply be here now. Giving ourselves permission to show up just as we are. And being willing to begin again. When the attention has wandered, when we've been seduced by some interesting thought pattern or storyline in the mind, that's not a problem. Just remembering that every time you begin again, you're strengthening mindfulness. Being willing to notice when the mind has wandered and kindly bringing the attention back to the present moment. This is an act of generosity and care for ourselves. So as we bring this time of practice to a close, I invite each of us to ask for a word or two, very simple word or two, as a guide for this day. One word that you would like to return to again and again. A word that can support you in your intention to stay present and embodied. And if you find yourself disembodied, not in your body frequently throughout the day, your word might be a body part, like feet or gravity, feeling connected in the body. If you find throughout the day that you have a lot of negative self-judgment, you might choose a word like kindness or gentle. If your heart has been squeezed lately with fear and worry, you might have a word like faith or open, so that you stay open to whatever the feelings are. So take a moment or two to let a word bubble up. Let yourself be surprised, perhaps, by what appears. See if it resonates, and if it does, when you find a word or two, take a few breaths. Breathe that word in, and on the out breath, yes. And just hold this intention to return to this word or hear this word in your heart mind today like a bell that gives you a reminder to pause and return home to the present moment. Thank you for your practice.